night. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just that kind of week. Yeah, we actually, Chef Paul, we actually did not bring you on to like matchmake you today. But if you're single, you can ask anybody around here. I know, I'm just messing with them. If you know me, I will let another woman walk in here that's eligible. I will see if there's chemistry for you guys. But if you guys want to meet Chef Paul, since he is one of the top 10 most eligible bachelors in Houston, you can call into the hotline and we will filter for you. 281-587-1540. Are you fighting me? Let's look. You guys know Nicole Giddens from Natural Nation, co-host with Oscar Hines, and also she's on the Matchmaker Hotline for Women's Wednesday. And today, when I needed it to count, I needed my girl to be here with me for Battle of the Sexes.
I am so excited for today. I was
too.
Happy getting ready to go to work. And I got a good friend of mine here. I worked with him over at Ravenel Country Club. I was blessed to eat his delicious food. He's a celebrity chef who's been on the Food Network.
Awesome.
He's just amazing. His accolades, I would be here for the full 2 hours. I listed everything this man has done. So thank you so much, Chef Paul Freeman, for coming in today and losing.
Yes.
Nicole, it's not about winning or losing, okay? We are good friends already, right? So,
yes.
I'm going to beat you up. You know that, right? But in a nice way.
Okay, for sure.
Tell us about your career. We'd like to know what brought you to this point. Like, did you always know this is what you were born to do?
No, actually, I didn't. I was in the South African Army. I came out. I was going to do dress designing. And I made my first pair of pants, and my brother said, "Hey, give it up." It's like I wanted to play the piano. I had piano lessons, and my teacher said,
"Yeah.
Hell no, man. You're never going to play the piano. Just give it up." Okay.
You sound like me. I thought I was going to be a singer.
Some kind of celebrity.
I wanted to be a singer, and my sisters were like my backup singers,
Yeah,
and then when we got old enough to know better, they're like, "No, maybe you should go to college." That's not your calling. So
anyway, I went to work for a cousin of mine. They had a steakhouse in South Africa, Johannesburg. Mm-hmm. I worked there for almost 2 years and realized I wasn't getting anywhere. You don't want to work for your family, right? So I quit, and I put a little backpack on my shoulder, and I went to Europe for 7 months by myself. Wow. I was 19 years old, and I fell in love with food. But Europe, it was amazing. So I come back, and now I don't know what I'm going to do. So I saw an ad in the paper. It says this one guy was advertising, looking for a restaurant manager, right? So never been a manager. I've only worked for my cousin, right? Bold as can be. I said, yeah, I'm going to respond to this ad. And so I met this guy at 6:00 in the morning. Weird time to have an interview, right?
Right.
So we sat for like 2 hours. And after, he drilled me and he asked me all these questions. And then he said, "So you think you can manage a restaurant?" And I said, "Yes." So he opened the drawer and he threw out a set of keys. And he said, "Okay, there."
At 19 years old?
Yes.
Wow.
And so I said, "No?" He said, "Yes. You're the new manager. Just take the keys and go open the store," right? It was crazy. So I did. And when I arrived, I opened the door. There was a couple of people waiting there. So I opened the door, alarm went off, didn't even know how to turn it off. Cops arrived, the whole thing. Like, no, serious, it's legit. I'm now the manager here. Like, I don't even know the codes to the alarm. I'm trying to call the owner. He's downtown, right? He's not answering the phone.
Oh, God.
Well, I had to just trial and error get through it, right? So 4 days went by. This was, I think, on Tuesday. He shows up on Friday. Oh, but yeah, there was like an assistant manager. There was a head waitress. And so I got through the first day, the second day. And he arrives on Friday and he walks in and it's lunchtime and it's busy. And I'm running around. It's just like I have that, gift. Some people have a gift of hospitality. So he walks in and he says, "Are you ready to quit?" I said, "No. I'm not quitting." Land up becoming his partner, and we opened up 38 restaurants together in South Africa, right?
That's amazing.
No, I wasn't a chef starting out. I was more a restaurant operator, right?
Yeah.
But as I began to open restaurants, I got involved with the food. And I did really well. I mean, I think the reason why I did really well is because when I grew up in South Africa, I was actually, my maid would take care of me, Joyce, and she wrapped me on her back. And so I was always in the kitchen smelling food. So I didn't, you know, when you're a little infant, you don't remember. I mean, you can't, like, you have a picture of those moments, but what I never forgot was the smell. So I always cook with smell, and I drive my chefs crazy because they'll present something to me and I'll say, no, it's not right. I'm like, well,
you
chef,
haven't tasted it.
You haven't even tasted it. I'm telling you. So I had fun. You know, nobody bets me anymore because I've won every bet. Like,
well, you're not going to win today, so just letting you know.
Well, listen, you know what? I think it's more about understanding than it is about winning, right?
Not today.
Okay, we'll see.
Today it's about getting drove, you know. Well, I think it's really awesome because, you know, when we pick someone as one of our top 10 most eligible bachelor chef, it's because they really are a total package.
That's right.
It's not really about just being a handsome guy, which you are. It's not about just being successful, which you are. It's not about being having a great personality, which you do.
Well, let's just start out. I have no money, okay? There we go. Let's start at that.
You know what, Nicole? I think we just had an opening for one of our top 10. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, but it's really
He's a sugar mama. We all are.
We all. I mean, you know.
Let's just build a community.
But no, it's just a total package because we feel like you represent a beautiful soul as well as you know a good person inside and out, and care beyond just yourself, and you find joy in bringing joy to other people as well. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to add in our second guest here in just a moment. Michael Dante, he is with Rocket Landscapes. He just arrived, and we're going to get this party started with Battle of the Sexes. Michael was probably scared. He's probably late and scared, so you know, I'm sure that was it.
Oh well, thanks. You're giving me somebody. So I'm at a disadvantage already. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, one thing that I'm not at is I just became a grandpa. You know, like
congratulations,
the baby, and I said, "What did you do?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, you did, right? I can't believe it.
I swear it's so fine. I said, "It's okay. You can tell me."
She did, right? Oh my goodness. But anyway, they've always said like, wait till you have grandchildren. I'm like, yeah. And now I have one.
Now it's like, oh,
they're right. I know it's the weirdest thing.
I'm like crazy. At that age. My daughter is 25, and she's going to wait a couple of years before she has kids. But I can wait. Yeah. But I'm excited at the same time. You know, it's like, let me a few years of empty nest before we start doing all that. But
that's right.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to add in our other guest to the show. And I know he was late because he's scared to lose Battle of the Sexes today. So we'll be right back. Give us 2 minutes here on the Edge Radio, 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. It's your girl Matchmaker Amber Neal. We'll be right back.
Are you having trouble recalling a conversation with your partner that didn't end up in a fight? Hi, I'm Dr. Viviana Coles, and I know that for many couples, effective communication does not come easy. At Houston Relationship Therapy, we help couples and individuals work through the many challenges faced while in relationships. Our experienced and dedicated relationship therapists can help you and your partner talk about even the most sensitive topics. Call 713-542-2221 or book online at HoustonRelationshipTherapy.com. Schedule your appointment today and rediscover intimacy now at Houston Relationship Therapy.
This is KGBC, Galveston, Houston, 1540 AM, and K269GS, Pasadena, 101.7 FM.
1540 AM and 101.7 FM Houston, Pasadena, Clear Lake, 1540 AM and 101.7 FM. Edge Radio.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Are you ready to be pushed over the edge? Edge Radio, coming soon to 1540 AM and 101.7 FM Houston, Pasadena, Clear Lake, Galveston.
Business owners, thought leaders, when you're ready to connect with new customers, your radio station has the edge you need to succeed. Call 281-744-0446. For more information, call 281-744-0446.
Hey guys, welcome into the Battle of the Sexes Day here on the Matchmaker Hotline. It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal, with my co-host today, Nicole Giddens. Welcome back into the show. And we have Chef Paul, who is one of Houston's top 10 most eligible bachelors. So ladies, if you want to meet him, call into the show today, and we'll do a little something, 281-587-1540. Now, we will add a twist to the game today, because apparently the guys have never won the Battle of the Sexes here on the hotline. So we're going to allow you guys to call in, and the girls can too. Yeah. Y'all can call in and help these poor guys, because they're going to need it. Y'all don't have to call and help us, because we know everything. But y'all call and help, give the guys some help, okay? And let's welcome in Michael Dante. He is the CEO of Rocket Landscapes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Were you scared? Is that why you're late?
Absolutely not. Something called Houston traffic.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Nobody knowing how to drive. One drop of rain hits the ground and the whole city shuts down.
I know. What is that's going on? So before we jump into, I know, right? Them trying to study.
Well, I'm glad you're not nervous, Mike, because I don't need a nervous partner, okay?
Bunch of women drivers.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was able to put all my makeup on the way here. And
Exactly, right? I mean, Paul, you do that.
When you see this, that means cut their mic, okay? All right, so I'm going to ask you guys some human nature questions. Before we jump in, I just want to kind of get your view and vibe on things that's going on in the world. It's kind of crazy right now, and we're going to jump into Battle of the Sexes here in a little bit, but I want to ask you guys some human nature questions. The world is definitely in a place it's never been ever in creation. So I want to ask you guys some human nature questions, because I want to know if you think that we are, as a human race, did we fail epically? I mean, I'm like, Scotty, beam me up. Okay. I'm ready to try another planet. This one is kind of, but okay. So human nature questions. Number one, are humans better at creation or destruction? What do you guys think?
Oh man,
that's a big one.
That's an ambiguous question, actually, Amber. I mean, because you could side with either one.
I know.
I always look at it like when we're in a situation that we're in right now. I always go biblically to when David was about to become king. Saul was out to destroy him, and so he went and hid in a cave, right? But he hid there. It's like we are in caves right now. We're in our homes. We're stuck. We can't go anywhere. Are we going to have a pity party, or are we going to do something about it? Because I know that David, what he did was write the whole book of Psalms while he was in the cave.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine singing praises and glory to God while he was being thought to be absolutely destroyed, right? So I think that as we are in our homes, and we're almost like that, we have to find ways that we come out better than when we went in. So are we, the answer to your question, I go either way with that.
Right.
So I can't really say which one.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that make sense?
No, it totally does. I mean, and it's really just as human natures. Are we better at creation or destruction? And I think it's kind of both. Yes. I mean, depends on the person. What do you think, Michael?
Well, obviously, I'm going to side with you a little bit on this. I think it is both. First of all, as you're a witness to this, I'm really good at creation.
Yeah.
So, that's another topic. But anyway, so
speaking of that, happy belated Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Countries are forged through war, and that's how it's always been since the beginning of time. So in this pandemic we're going through, and everything that we're going through with the evolution, with the whole George Floyd thing, everything that's happening now. Even, they say, okay, well, we peacefully protested. Now we're rioting. Okay. And, and as far back as you can see is when they came over here, the land wasn't given, it was taken. In Europe, the Roman culture and all that, the land, the expansion was through war. So it's almost, in our armies, why do we have these large armies? Why is there nuclear presence? Why are all these things in place? Simply because everything was forced through war. So I think we haven't seen the worst of it yet. Okay. We're at a very vulnerable state in this country right now, and other countries see that. So right now is the time for unity. It's time to, you want to bring peace, but I'm afraid that a war is on the horizon.
You got to break things down to build them up sometimes, though,
Yeah.
And a lot of people use their pain for their purpose. And I think that this whole thing that's happened with our country right now hasn't been just a spiritual awakening on just racism, but on the media and their sensationalism and what they do and how they take a big part on how we think and how we feel. I think that it's very smart for us to really, look at the whole picture and take all of this breaking down that we've done and build it up to something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think getting into some of the topics that you were mentioning, I don't think we really know what's going on. I think that when you look at who really controls the military and the Federal Reserve in countries, I know the Rothschilds do.
Exactly.
Right? I don't think they own it anymore in America, and I'm not going to get into that, okay? Because I don't want us to be a political...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But so I think we don't really know the truth. And I think that's something that's unfortunate, because we're fighting things we don't know why.
Right.
We're using examples to create it. Is it the left or is it the right? I'd rather just stay right there. Let's keep it the battle of the sexes and not get into political situations. Yeah.
Next question.
All right.
Well, you're going to enjoy this next question then. What do you guys think makes people believe conspiracy theories?
What makes them believe conspiracy theories? I think that when you really over fabricate everything and sensationalize it as it's factual, when you make everything look so legitimate and not so dramatic, then conspiracy theories are really, really easy for people to understand and comprehend. Oh wow, that just looked so it's the delivery, right?
Yeah.
Don't y'all think?
Well, there's so many of it. You know why? Because we're so bored, we don't know what to do with ourselves. We're making up all these conspiracies. It's it sounds legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had all these things coming on my messenger, and man, really? I didn't know that.
So many.
Who do you believe?
Yes. Seriously. That's the point. It's misinformation. That's the whole point. Is to
It's a
keep us
combination of
confused.
coincidence and facts, really, to me. So, for me personally, I just don't. I'm not with the whole conspiracy theory. I believe things are face value. They are what they are. If you're this, that's what you are. I can go on and on about the Trump and this is what it is, but he actually showed his hand. He is who he is. And, I'd rather, and it may, I'm not getting political with it. I'm not saying I'm pro-Trump or not against Trump or our president or the conspiracy theories behind the way he does things, or anyone for that matter. But I believe things at face value. He said what he said, and that's what he meant. If you say something to me, Amber, I'm going to believe what you say. If you say you're going to shoot, I believe it. You're going to shoot.
Right.
And that's what I believe. And so the conspiracy things is, coincidence kind of runs into facts. People sensationalize it, put them all together. Now we have a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, no, interesting. I always look at, Moses and his brother Aaron. Now, Moses had a speech impairment, so he couldn't really talk. But he was a very political man. He saved the Jews that took them out of slavery and so on, right? But he was smart because he used his brother, who had a very eloquent voice, to speak for him. And I think if Trump found somebody who could eloquently speak for him, maybe we wouldn't have all this drama in this country.
My opinion's Aaron.
Somebody get that man's phone.
How about some little bloops and bleeps? No, I think that's why people love the man, though. For the fans out there, it's because he is so raw, and just like you said, you can kind of believe what he says because it's so outlandish. It's like he must really mean that.
No, we've never had a president
and he's
like
the
that.
first president that can't be bought.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, when you think about conspiracy, you know, somebody the other day told me not everything is a conspiracy. And I don't classify myself as a conspiracy theorist. I think that I've asked God to show me the principalities and how it works, because at the end of the day, this world has like somebody's ruling, somebody's leading, and how are they doing it? And it's like you said, I mean, you without getting too much into it, but I mean, you got the Federal Reserve and you have Social Security numbers and the banking system. So if you really think about it, it's not that far-fetched to think, how is this being controlled? But here's the thing, how do you control the majority is through fear and divisiveness. So everything to me that we have, they can use for divisiveness, especially the media. That's why I like to do my own independent form of media, because I don't want to be part of the problem. I want to give facts, and the truth does still matter. And that's why Edge Radio is so important, because it is about the truth still mattering and us talking to each other and finding out what's really going on. The worst thing that they want to happen is for us to talk. Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to consider who controls the media, and I think the Rothschilds still do. But I think that's why I think President Trump is really smart, because they can't control his tweets. You
Exactly.
know, so he can tweet all day long. You know,
And he does.
Yes.
But whether you like Trump or not, at the end of the day, what kind of person would it take to fight the principalities? Okay, it's not going to be a lily white schoolgirl. You know what I mean? It's got to be somebody that has just as many unattractive traits that the average person would not morally not endorse.
It takes
right?
a wolf.
But you're talking about pure evil compared to somebody who's got to be able to fight that. You've got to send somebody equipped.
We're always going to have these issues about fighting the powers of principalities that are in the heaven that are descended down on the earth, right? But if you think about this, we are going through history over history over history, right? Look at Noah. He said, "Hey, I'm building this ark." Everyone thought he was crazy, right? But he was building it because he had heard from God, and everyone, just dismissed it, right?
Exactly.
So the whole world was annihilated. Floods came, and 2 by 2, So anyway, this is just another way of when we start doing things that God's not happy with us. He brings about, look, the whole world's stopped right now.
I mean,
this is
literally.
not just one person making this decision.
Right.
So I think that the powers of principalities, as you're saying, are just coming back to bring us back to our roots of like, look, money, fame, fortune, all the superstars, all the football players, they're nothing.
Right.
When we don't have the platform to be on.
Exactly.
And God's just stripped it away and say, hey, you know what? You're not such a big deal.
Right.
And
I agree with you to that. I do think that this is a time for a paradigm shift, and it is about shifting the consciousness and the energy of the planet. I think that we're ready to go to a more positive place. And I think people really are tired of all the BS, and they're ready for more peace, and more happiness. And I think that, I always wonder, like, if the COVID would, I think COVID coming out before all the race things that we're dealing with now, I think that kind of shifted the culture a little bit enough to where we're a little bit more compassionate about each other, and maybe we're caring about humans a little bit more, and our families and our neighbors and things like that. Whereas before, I think if it would have just been without COVID, I think COVID was that kind of opened the door to make us a little bit more compassionate about our neighbor and strangers. Whereas
I definitely agree with you. I think a pandemic like this brings us closer to respect one another, where we probably would not have.
Also taught people to respect boundaries as well. And everybody had to uniformly, worldwide, follow a set of rules and standards. And that's the biggest thing I think it taught, that no matter who you are, no matter what country you're in, all the way to Russia, Australia, America, Japan, Jamaica, it doesn't matter. 6 feet, wear your mask.
Unless we're going to protest.
Right. Yeah. Well, and now you see the repercussions from that.
Yeah.
You see all the hospitals overflowing. We've actually on the verge of surpassing New York for the most COVID-19 cases. So there's a lot of things that have evolved through this, but it all just put everybody on one set of standards. And if you're outside of those standards and those rules, you're messing up.
Yeah.
And it's also visible and evident now. So.
I saw this morning in an article that they said California is getting to a point it might not return. Like it's getting to that
A
place.
lot of people from California are moving to Austin right now.
Are they?
A lot.
Mm, yeah.
Austin's getting flooded. It'll still stay weird, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
No.
And I think, and they said that either way, we're going to be living with it. I mean, it's just like another flu. I mean, in the sense of it's going to be here. It's not going to go anywhere. But the thing that they're not sensationalizing is the recovery rate. At the end of the day, yes, people have passed from it. Rest in peace. We're sorry if you've lost a loved one. We're not trying to be insensitive to that. But at the same time, you're talking about like 98% of people recover. I mean, so just when you don't always believe the fear mongering and the divisiveness. Okay, last question here, and then we're going to take a quick break. What would you say would be the best way to approach life? Would it be, let me go back and find my question here. What's the best way to explore human nature? Psychology, philosophy, or biology? That's a good one, right? Because we're all, so you like that?
Oh, I think that takes all three.
Yeah, I agree. What do you guys think?
Definitely.
I would lean towards biology.
Wrong. I'm just trying.
Hold on. Hold on a second.
I need to go.
I have to agree with you on that. Yes, absolutely.
That's right. See,
Absolutely.
that's right.
Where's my wallet at? Have you gone shopping today? Are you
No,
hungry?
we will after this.
Oh,
It's body, mind, and spirit.
I mean, psychology, philosophy, biology. I mean, to explore the human nature. Wow, that I would love to know what Oscar says on this one. What do you think, Chef?
Well, those are three topics that really you can't just
you can't eliminate, right?
But you can't just like brush it off in 5 minutes on a radio show, right? But psychology to me is understanding how we think, and if we know how people are thinking, we probably will be able to get a lot, along better. I always like that movie. Who's in that movie that how women think? Who was that?
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, wasn't that? If I knew how women thought, man, I tell you what, psychology, I'll go with that one.
Correct.
You'd be dangerous.
Oh, my goodness.
I think you definitely need all three. It depends on the person you're dealing with, I guess, right? Okay, guys. So when we come back, we're going to get the game started. Battle of the Sexes. Before we go, real quick, Michael, since you didn't get to give your intro, tell us a little bit about your company.
My name is Michael Dante. I own Rocket Landscapes and More. I simply provide a service, a wonderful service indeed. I just want you to look good. I want your yard to look good. I want you to feel good. When you drive up, you want to look down. You want to see nice pavers. You want to see beautiful flowers, plants, shrubs. You want to see different colors and trees and shrubs, and everything just feels good when you come up. A lot of people say landscaping is just about, get out there and do some gardening work and get dirty.
Yeah.
No, but to me, it's become more of an emotional thing. It's more about the feeling. And you coming out there and you're just feeling good when you drive up and, wow, that looks good. Or you see a color that's your favorite color. And, whether it's that lavender and you go in there and you see that agapanthus up there, and then you look over across there and there goes that crepe myrtle, your favorite tree, and you smell it and it feels good. It looks good. That's what I'm all about. So, yeah, I'm here.
Beautiful. Flowers are amazing.
Flowers. I mean, that just makes your day, right?
I waited 4 years for my birds of paradise to show something. Just came up.
That's patient.
One of them. I mean, I got 6 of them and only one came up. Was something wrong with me?
I love it when my flowers are in bloom. I always stare at my house as I drive away.
Yes.
Curb appeal is everything.
It's funny you say that because that's what I was just going to say is like how curb appeal is so important. A lot of people do not sell their houses because of the curb appeal. All right, guys, we'll get ready to lose because when we come back from our break, we're going to start our game. It is Battle of the Sexes going down today here on Edge Radio. It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal. If you want to be part of the show and help these guys out, 281-587-1540. And we'll be right back on the Matchmaker Hotline in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
This is Dr. Gabriel Arango with Arango Chiropractic Clinic, and today I'd like to inform you that Doctors of Chiropractic are primary contact healthcare providers who provide essential care, including but not limited to managing acute and urgent musculoskeletal condition. These services are critical for managing cases that otherwise could end up in the emergency rooms, worsening an already difficult situation. It is important to note that chiropractic services also keep in place health care providers, first responders, and others who have physically strenuous jobs that support critical infrastructure, such as truck drivers who continue to ensure that America's healthcare and food supplies get to where they are needed during the COVID-19 pandemic. This information was brought to you by Arango Chiropractic Clinic and Edge Radio, 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Injured on the job? For the past 3 decades, Arango Chiropractic Clinic has been treating patients who have been injured on the job in automobiles while playing sports or at home. As a result, the clinic has expert personnel who can help you with your workers' compensation or automobile claim to ensure that you receive the best health care and benefits. We welcome and offer same-day service to most workers' compensation and personal injury cases, and honor many other insurance plans. To find out if yours is among them, simply give us a call at 713-868-6166, and we'll be happy to check for you. If your insurance plan doesn't cover chiropractic care, or if you're not presently insured, we offer other payment options that will make seeking treatment easy. Call us for the health of it at 713-868-6166, or for more information, visit us at HoustonChiroClinic.com. 713-868-6166.
Been feeling a little itchy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540.
Hey guys, welcome back into the Matchmaker Hotline. It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal. Today is Battle of the Sexes.
Get it on, I'm
Woo,
ready.
yes. Got my co-host Nicole ready to stomp some booty with me. Well, so representing the guys, whatever. We got celebrity chef Paul. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Amber.
And we have Michael Dante with Rocket Landscape. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure, Amber.
Are
Thanks for having me.
y'all ready?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, I make a really good babuti. Have you ever tried that?
No.
It's an African dish.
Are you trying to throw me off here?
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you fucking sexy to me on the show? You can't talk to me about food. Oh my God. Don't do that. He's trying to make me lose. Yeah, he's trying to make me lose right now. That's okay. Okay, I got this. I'm focused. I'm ready. Okay. Okay. So how this works, you guys, is you guys can call in and be part of the show, 281-587-1540. And really what we're looking for today is something that's there's a part of the game that is an actual answer. And then there's a part of the game that is, we're just looking for the funniest answer. Okay. So I'll tell you which one. So we're going to start with the one that's just going to be the funniest answer first, because the other one's a little bit harder. All right. So we'll do that one first. All right. So question number 1. Can you still be friends with the opposite sex when you're in a relationship?
And this is supposed to be funny.
Yeah. I need a funny answer.
I'm married and I have men friends still.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
That's
childhood
okay.
friends.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, it's just one.
Where?
That would be no.
So basically, she says no. Okay. What do you say, guys?
I think it all depends on trust and loyalty in your relationship. So if you have that, there's nothing to be jealous of or afraid of, you know? And I think that that's the most important thing. Once that's broken, then it's all over. So I'm going to say yes.
Okay. What do you say, Michael?
I'm going to be racist in this, as long as she's not Latina.
They're fired.
Latina women, they don't put up with none of that. None of that. No friends.
No friends.
Just me. I'm your friend. I'm your lover. I'm your everything.
I think you must have experience in that.
Okay, y'all got that one. That was pretty funny, Michael. Okay, don't get used to it. Okay, we'll give them one.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Number 2, are conversations with exes okay if you're in a relationship?
No.
It depends if it has. Well, no. Look, I mean, if you have children, it might be necessary to have a conversation. I mean, it's not. But it depends what you're conversing about.
Right.
If it's more than that, if it becomes more the possibility that you may get back together again, if that's your current situation with your girlfriend or your new wife. I mean, that's you just don't do that. It's strictly okay.
It's a no go.
That's a no go. Yeah, no go for me.
The question would have to be, can she cook?
No. See, that's why it's no.
Well, the problem is I'm always the one cooking.
That's why it's
How does that work when people find? Wait, I mean, like no one can compare to you, I'm sure. So, like, how do you handle that with women? It's like I can cook. What do you say to that?
Let's do it together. And you know what? We'll cook with wine, and if the food's lucky, it might get some.
I know. I love it. Put the kiddies away. I can see where the show's going. Okay. If you guys want to chime in, you got some answers. 281-587-1540. That's pretty funny. Okay. Gosh, Nicole, we're not funny today. Okay, you guys won that one again. All right, fine. Number 3, should you give your significant other access to all your social media accounts and passwords to your phone?
I think so, yeah. Why
definitely.
not? Yeah,
definitely.
Let them see it.
I mean, there's a thing you can do on Facebook that's like a legacy person. So if you die, they can continue your account. That's the only way I'm giving up my passwords. I got to be dead.
You carry on your legacy.
Yeah.
So what? You're just gonna write it down and put it away somewhere for whenever. Like with the letter.
I told my daughter.
Your will.
Yeah, I told my daughter. I'm like, hey, you got my legacy account.
Yeah. Interesting.
Sneaky.
So I was like,
I'm very sneaky.
Yeah. I mean, is your phone down or is it up?
Definitely down. It's actually up right now.
Yeah. Well,
it's only because I'm at work.
No, I think you if you really are in a relationship that you value the other person, there's nothing for you to hide. So I don't think you should be afraid to share everything. I mean,
Michael, I think he's got a different point of view.
Michael, Michael, how many phones do you have? Is Michael's question.
Well,
it's the phone you don't know about, ladies. It's the phone you don't know about. Okay.
Well, maybe not your bank account because mine got cleaned out. I'm telling you that. So yeah, maybe I'll keep that.
From the first part of the segment, he's still broke.
So if you want to be Chef Paul's sugar mama, call into the show 281-587-1540, and I'm sure Michael would like one too. He might get stabbed, so we're not going to let Michael do that. But it's so funny you said that about that was one of the questions on here is if you're in a relationship, at what point do you combine your finances?
I didn't finish with the phone thing.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, I answered for you, but go ahead.
So we must stay in tune with what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So I think my phone should observe the social distancing profile. And it should 6 feet away.
We just
and if you decide to get close to my phone, we should put a mask over. So I just want to stay in compliance here.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to save the world. I'm trying to be a better person for everybody.
Save the world.
I want to make sure that we all play a part in this role. I mean,
oh my God,
like
you're too
much.
That's hilarious. Okay, fine. Y'all have 3. Now, what time do you consider as being disrespectful to come back home if you're in a relationship? Like how late or not at all, or like what do you think?
Oh, never not at all. You always want to check in. Anything, if you're going out with your friends, anything after midnight, you want to check in, right? You want to make sure everything's okay. But I think being home before midnight is
but what if they work in the nightlife? Like I'm a comedian. I don't get home until 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes.
Well, you're working. That's different.
Well, but people don't believe you always. You know what I mean?
Well, then they got to go.
Yeah. I am working. So what do you think?
No, look, I mean, honestly, when I'm dating a woman and she doesn't have time to just let me know, hey, I've got arrangements tonight, don't wait up for me, I'm fine, whatever. That's not too much to ask. But when you don't hear anything, it's the most irritating thing. It's like, why can't you just pick up the phone? Just do that. And I think that if, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Just come on.
People do what they want to do, and people do what you let them. I'm telling you, no one is ever that busy. To me, like maybe I'm wrong, but I'm usually not.
Well, who's next to you that you can't call?
I mean, no, but that's the thing. It's like you don't have how long does it take to at least text? I mean, at least say, whatever. Just let somebody know. Be considerate.
Right. I'm at home waiting for you. What the hell?
Right. What I look like sitting here waiting on you,
Michael?
Well, I think it's quite disrespectful if you come in after 6 a.m.
After 6 a.m.?
Very, very disrespectful.
Oh, my God. Who's going to the after hours, Michael?
Look, well, she knows. Well, before I owned the landscaping company, I was in the nightclub and bar industry for 2 decades. So everything I did was until 6 a.m, whether it's counting money or whether it's, club business, whatever it is. And then, everything in this city is trended after hours. So for me, I was in kind of a unique situation. If I came in by 6 o'clock, that was normal.
Well, because you were working out.
But once that wears on any relationship, when you know that person is around women all the time, that person is staying out to 6 o'clock in the morning all the time. That's in a normal life. That's red flag.
Right.
And then if they don't call, another red flag or text. But sometimes, the demands of that industry, it requires that you're not able to call. You have to keep your eyes on everything and be an alert the entire time. So it's a big difference in it. But highly disrespectful after 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, my mama said the only thing open after 2 a.m. is legs and hotels. So
yes.
I don't know, Michael. That wasn't that funny. Okay, we're not going to give y'all that one.
No.
Okay.
Well, you didn't get it either. So
nobody got that one. Nobody got that one. Y'all are still 3-0. We still suck today. We have our reasons. Okay. If you're in a relationship, do you think it's okay to go out of town without your spouse?
Yeah.
Duh.
I mean, some people, y'all think duh, but some people are like, you're not going anywhere without me. Does this all boil down to trust issues, Chef, you think?
Well, it depends what you're going out of town for.
Right. Allegedly.
I'm going down the Guadalupe River.
I feel like a vacation.
I'm hanging out with my buddies, right? And then, I check your credit card. What are you doing?
And that's why you don't combine your accounts, so they can't check your credit card. This is a whole nother show. We're kidding.
That's a whole nother show.
We're just playing. We're all about curing the divorce rate here at the show today. So you definitely say yes. You think it's okay?
I think every once in a while, yeah. If you're planning a trip, I think sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. If you completely trust each other, you want to give each other freedom, a little bit. But I mean, I would be offended if it was consistently, hey, I'm going to do this, hey, I'm going to do that, hey, I'm going to this, and you're not invited, you're not invited, you're not invited. After a while, then you kind of wonder about the relationship.
No, you don't. You just stick a tracker on their car and just
get
everything.
Look, I go.
What did you say? Hold on. Okay.
I think you could probably just scan for like a tracker on your car too, probably. But I'm sure there's an app for that too.
But I have a good example. I got invited a long time ago to go cook for 20 guys up in Denver for skiing. So it's no wives, and it's always right after Valentine's. So they spend time with their spouses or their wives, and then we go on this men's trip, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't come. It's not right. There's no woman, you know, and you're not going to go 60 miles an hour down the mountain trying to be the last one. That's why I have a severed right ACL. I have a herniated L3 lumbar trying to catch up with these guys. But no, I went because I was invited to be their chef. Yeah. And it was ridiculous starting out. I mean, you got 20 guys.
That's true. What really happened on that trip? Chef?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. That's the point people make, because it's like, what do you guys do? Like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas type thing, right?
Yeah, I was going to say the whole Vegas thing. It just depends on where you're going. Okay. Yeah. If you're going to Utah,
Man, please, you're going to come back married with a few wives. I mean, like, seriously, what's the difference?
And I wouldn't want my husband.
It says if you can afford them, chef. So we already established that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Here's the thing, though. Like, it really just boil down to trust. Does everything just really boil down to trust? All these questions at the end of the day, if you can trust them. My biggest fear, I think women should definitely have their own accounts just for their own protection. I think it's good to always have something for yourself as a woman, but I think it's good to also have a combined account with your spouse or your live-in, whatever you are. But my biggest fear is how do you ever get to that trust? I struggle with getting to that trust that I would trust you with my money. You can have social media, you can have passwords, you can have all that, like I have nothing to hide, but to really just put your money out there, that's a little scary for me.
It is a tough.
I think the more scary thing is your credit, more so than your money.
True.
Yeah, because there's a lot
Credit
more.
cards.
There's a lot with the tangible dollars in a bank account is really pennies on the dollar if you really think about it. But if you get out there and you got a 750, 800 Beacon, that's value.
Exactly.
So that to me be the more thing I would be more scared of or secure of. So.
Protect your credit.
So a quick question, like for example, let's say you and I are dating, right?
Yeah.
And then you tell me, hey, I'm going. You have a child, and you're taking your child down to, let's say, San Marcos, for example, right? And I understand, and that's fine. And then you call me and say, hey, listen, I'm meeting a friend of mine that I used to go to church with, and he's a guy, but don't worry, he's bald and fat and ugly, so you don't have to worry, right? So like, okay, fine.
You have to qualify it.
Right. But then you come home and then you tell me about everything that happened.
Yeah.
Now, would I be respectful of that, and would I be jealous of that, or do I want to hear it? Because that's that I think if you're honest with me, then there's nothing I have to hide because you're going to tell me exactly as it is, whether I want to hear it or not.
What if he was attractive, though? I mean, it's easy.
He might have been. I didn't see the picture.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. Like, it's okay if you have a meeting, but that's true. Like what is it like if you have a meeting with a guy that's attractive or a girl that's attractive compared to like somebody who's not? That can probably make some. I think it's just insecurities too. I saw this saying, or heard the saying. It said, "A real man will make every other woman jealous of his woman, not his woman jealous."
Oh, I like that. That's very nice.
You know what I mean?
Very nice.
And I think that's really what it's about. Is the way for women, especially, we just want to feel wanted, and it's really the way you make us feel. Whereas guys are more about respect and appreciation and those sort of things. Okay, losing my voice here. So we talked about this. So that leads us back to this question. Do you think a couple's finances should be together or completely separated when they're just dating?
And separated when they're dating. They
For sure.
shouldn't be combined until they get married. Some married couples work it out to where they're separate. My husband and I are combined, and it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Well, I never had a problem with it until, I got a divorce. And it was very interesting. I mean, I'll just share. I was told, look, if you don't sell restaurants, I'm leaving you. And it's more important for me to keep the family together. And so I sold the restaurants, put the money in our account, and she took it, all of it, right?
Wow.
So now you're going to ask me, like, do I think it's a good idea to combine your finances when you're married for 20 years?
Never
right?
again.
So, no, you can't blame me for that,
right? No, not at all.
And I think it's important that in a relationship, your wife and you should have your careers. You shouldn't base everything on being a housewife and just because that's where abuse comes in. Because as women get abused and then they stay in it. And why did you stay in it? Well, because it's convenient. And I don't have a career. I don't know what to do. I didn't go to school. All I know is raising children. You know? And I don't want to be a nurse and go take care of other people's kids because that's all I can do. Right. So I think it's good to be able to have your own vacation and then put that money into your separate accounts.
Right.
So that's fine. Then you earn that, you keep it, it's yours, and for a rainy day, if it doesn't work out, you secure.
Exactly.
You don't have to stay in that abusive relationship.
I agree. 100%.
Right. And nor do I.
Yeah. we'll tie on one today. But that's the thing. Like my grandmother, she wound up giving my mom up for adoption when she left my grandfather. But this is 1947. Women didn't have money, career education, nothing. I can't even imagine how hard that was for her to she took the oldest one and left the next three, got remarried and had 4 more kids. So my mom and uncle kind of felt a little salty because she had more kids, but like she had a husband again back in the 40s, she had a husband.
Yeah.
So that's why I advocate for women to have their own things so you don't get stuck in abuse. You don't get stuck in these toxic relationships where you have a way out, you know? I mean, not that you want to, it's kind of like you don't want to go into a divorce planning to get a marriage, planning to get a divorce, but you want to be ready in case anything bad does happen.
But the problem with that is that's like you said, this is the sensationalization on TV now. Look at all the housewives of New York, NBA housewives. These are all these reality shows are pretty much advocating, hey, let's just get with somebody who's rich and live this life.
Well, a lot of those women now, though, they have their careers. A lot of them on those shows now.
Right.
No, it's starting to revolutionize into a totally different direction. There's only a couple that don't work on those shows.
Yeah, but Nicole, look.
I watch them.
Or did the show give them a career?
Right.
Well,
the show is what gave them their career, gave them that opportunity.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they came in with, okay, I'm a doctor and he's a basketball player. Okay, or I'm this and he's that.
Well,
you know?
some of them were,
Phaedra,
but
a
lot.
Very few.
They're whatever they wanted to do as a vocation has definitely been exploited through the opportunity of being on the show. They're way more successful had they not gone on the show, for sure.
So let's just say you're a housewife, you have children, husband works, and you sit home and you take care of the kids and you watch soap operas and you say, you know, maybe I'm in the wrong relationship here. Maybe I should do what they do over there. You know, and you sit there and you get, you know, you become part of that. And that's why there's so many divorces, you know?
Yes. That is interesting. That's what we're trying to figure out is in this culture. We used to back, you know, I don't know how many years ago, but 20, 30 years ago, if we talked about getting a divorce, everyone would rally around and try to help you. And, you know, we're having a potluck and no one's leaving until we figure it out.
Yeah, now they're asking, well, does he have any money?
Yeah.
It's only your first divorce. Yeah, you're good.
So, you know, the funniest
Let
thing.
me know when you get a divorce. I'll introduce you to so-and-so.
Exactly.
Somebody lined up.
Online dating. Look how that's affected relationships.
No, it's ridiculous. I got to share this with you. It's so funny. I grew up in South Africa. Didn't see a TV set. Didn't even know what a TV set looked like, right? So I was coming to America to see if I could find a restaurant to open a restaurant internationally. And I checked into the Holiday Inn. Never been anywhere. New York. Holiday Inn, familiar chain for me in South Africa, right? So I walk into my room, and this was in 1979, right? I'd never seen a TV set. And I walk in there, and there's this big box, you know, this big boxes, right? And it was this glass, and I didn't know what it was, and there was a little knob, and I pulled the knob and went, you know, oh my God, I got it. What is this? In my room. Oh, this is so cool. And then they had the little click, and another one, click, another one. Man, it was clicking all.
Back in the
I was moving on enough, 8 is enough, all those things. I stayed in that hotel room, I'm not kidding, 3 days.
I bet.
Breakfast, lunch, and then I was like, this is insane, I gotta get out of here, man. I came here for a reason. It's like, so growing up in that environment where we never had that, I mean, we did things that, you know, we don't do here. I mean, we after school, we got together. We played cricket with a Coca-Cola bottle and tennis ball, and that was our TV entertainment. You know, it was like such a different way of life.
I like it too.
And I think the kids today, man, they 6 months. Here's the phone, and they start clicking on the phone.
They put them in their little crib things now, like the little iPads and stuff.
Right,
I mean,
and
we're so desensitized at this point.
Absolutely,
I think we're not, nothing really shocks us anymore.
No.
You know, there used to be that element of like, if you were thinking about getting divorced or pregnant before you got married. I mean, there was, not that we don't ever want to shame people, but there was at least some kind of like moral code here. In the U.S., I think it's just really turned into, I don't know. It's very Hollywood.
Well, any little piece of information. Excuse me. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Any little piece of information out there now is accessible immediately.
Yeah. What's the age of innocence
whenever
now?
I can, when the space shuttle exploded.
Yeah.
Everybody I remember right now.
Yeah.
Exactly where I was sitting at, what we were doing, how we were watching. We were watching it on TV in the classroom at school. You know, so but nowadays any big event, any big mass shooting or anything, it's just another new headline. And then it's breaking news, and then the next thing is breaking news, and breaking news nowadays is you know, the Kardashians got into a fight with the, you know, that's breaking news now.
Yeah.
So nothing, as you said, nothing surprises you anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing is just, oh my God, oh wow, you know, and there's no urgency. I think that same philosophy spills over into the workforce, and there's no urgency to get up, get to work on time,
you can
to
feel it.
finish your job, to, you know, and people are so quick to easily give up. And I relate that to the accessibility to phones, because once you're tired of something, you swipe to the next thing. And it's that inherent message in the back of your head that says, okay, I'm tired of this, let's move on to something else.
Wow, that is
you
so
become
true.
numb. You know, if you say something and you are questioning it, just Google it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's BSing me, man. You know, I don't
Yeah.
trust you.
Yeah.
You just made that up,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah, you can research
It's so at
anything.
our disposal that we can just, you know, get all this information we want. So
The age of innocence is so young now. I mean, and I think we just have to really have these conversations. What's going on? Because it's like the depression, the bullying, the things that kids are going through, the suicide rate for teens. I mean, how many schools have to get shot up before we address the pain that these kids are in? Yes, it's okay. I think, I don't know, maybe not Nicole, but I mean, I'm divorced, and I know majority of people are divorced at least once in Houston or in America, or even in the world probably. It's normal. It's just kind of like, I'll just get a divorce, and it's just literally no second thought to that.
Well,
Like,
everything's acceptable these days. You had a sex therapist on yesterday. She was talking about her polyamorous therapy that she does for people that want to be in love with more than one person. I mean, it was just like opening up Pandora's box. There has to be some type of boundaries. And you're right, the age of innocence. I mean, my kids, when I was 13, I was still secretly playing with Barbie dolls.
I mean, I didn't know
We called them
anything,
bagels.
honestly.
We didn't want anyone to know that we were still playing with them, but we were very, very innocent. The stuff that comes out of my 13-year-old daughter's mouth, I'm like, it's the social media. It's just too much. They're exposed to way too much.
Too much
And
too soon.
There's no moral code, and I think it confuses people on sexual orientation, on anything. I mean, if you know that you're gay, then you're gay. But this bisexuality is really, really getting...
Well, no one identifies anymore.
Yeah, it's just like, let's just free
this
for all.
generation don't put labels. There's no labels. There's no identification, and it's just. But back to what you said, Michael, was about the. I saw a study that said there's a huge crisis in America with the millennial men that have been raised by single women who can't. Failure to launch, you know, for the lack of better words.
Especially in, you know, there's another statistic. It's a hard statistic out there right now that 74% of all black men under 15 years old right now have been raised by a single mother.
Wow.
Okay. So that it's almost, the masculinity is, you know, is gone at that
They've lost it, yes.
Because, you know, it takes a man to raise a boy and to turn him into a man. A woman just can't do that. You gotta have, you know, that male figure, that male presence to show him these things, because, you know, if not, he's going to be watching mom put on makeup. And we are all products of our environment. We are what we come from. What we see is what we learn. Yeah.
Well, and yes, I agree with you to that, because there are women out there that would argue with you and say, I have raised the son, right? But I sent my son to live with his dad after our divorce because of that reason. I'm like, I don't know how to teach you how to be a man. And even though I felt like it would have been super hard, I mean, I know women do it, but I think there are certain things that young boys that women can't give.
Yeah, I want to start my conversation here, but I know we're going to take a break.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be interrupted. So
Okay, we'll take a break.
Back,
yeah, we'll take a break. Okay, Chef, our new co-host on the show today.
All right.
All right. When we come back, we're going to finish this conversation, Battle of Sexes. We're going to get into part 2 of Battle of the Sexes. And since these guys are kicking our butt right now, we got to catch up, Nicole. We got to catch up. All right, guys. Y'all listening to Edge Radio at 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Our business is helping your business from Galveston to Houston and beyond. 1540 KGBC.
Well, give us a call. 281-744-0446. 281-744-0446.
Advertising doesn't cost you money, it makes you money.
Well, give us a call. 281-744-0446. 281-744-0446.
All right, everybody in the car, let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not that far, sweetie.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already?
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green.
At Arango Chiropractic Clinic, you discover the true wellness lifestyle. We will show you the natural way to better health. We are convinced that after one visit to our office, you will see why chiropractic is the safe and effective alternative to most back surgeries. We provide a whole host of solutions to help you get over your current condition. Chiropractic care covers a wide range of issues, including neck pain, back pain, numbness, sciatica, and much more. Dr. Arango has helped thousands of people experience natural healing without surgery or drugs. If you are looking for a skilled chiropractic doctor, call 713-868-6166. Come and see why Arango Chiropractic Clinic is different from other healthcare providers in Houston. We are interested in your long-term health and wellness, not just a quick fix to mask back pain and neck pain. For the health of it, please call 713-868-6166.
Guys, welcome back into the Matchmaker Hotline. It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal. You're listening to Edge Radio at 101.7 FM, 1540. And today we are playing Battle of the Sexes. Welcome back into the show, Nicole, Chef Paul, and Michael Dante.
Yeah, we got a little too serious.
So, you know, we kind of went on.
We got to lighten it up.
We're going to lighten up the party. But you know what? This is the first time ever the guys are actually in the lead. So 3-0. In this portion of the game, we're just looking for some funny answers. And then the next one, we have little answers. So hopefully we'll beat them on that part. We'll catch back up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chef Paul, what were you going to say before we went into break? You said you were going to tell us something, but you didn't want to tell us.
Yeah, because, you know, it was about the upbringing. And we have to go back and understand the difference between a male and a female, right? First of all, if we acknowledge the Bible or have any spirituality in that, we know that originally Adam was in paradise and God saw he was lonely, so he decided, okay, I'm going to give you a mate. So he takes a rib out of man's rib and forms a woman. So man is missing something that he can never have, and that is intuition, knowledge, and wisdom that Eve took from the tree of life, which is the apple, right? And then Adam didn't have to bite it, but he did. And the moment he did, they realized that they were naked. And now, unfortunately, because of that, women have to give birth and men have to work, right? But
so true.
No, but look. So the thing that I'm trying,
the
statement I'm making here is that if men understand that they have something that has been given to a woman that they will never have, they will value their spouse's intuitiveness, their wisdom that we don't have, that they see that we don't. We can't. We won't ever have it. It was taken from us.
Right.
So once we as men realize that there's so much about women that we don't have, that we really need them.
Amen.
And if we need them in that way, then there'll be more respect and less divorces for sure.
Well, but you recognize the moral code and not just and I hate to say this to sound crass, the tax credit. I mean, I think that, in the underserved communities, it's very unfortunate that they're trained that, if they don't get married, they get more for the child. So if you're already struggling with your bills and if you're not united in marriage, you get more money this way, then what are you going to do when you're desperate? Right. I mean, the government is not displaying a very powerful message on how to succeed in life in that retrospect. I mean, we really have to look at the big picture of it. That's why there are so many single moms. I mean, honestly.
And this goes back even deeper than that. This goes back to slavery in general, because when the Black family was torn apart and sold separately, and the kids didn't grow up with their fathers, this goes back to slavery. It goes back to that, because when the Black family was divided there. So from there, it's been a progression to try to pull this back together in this world, right? And so that's what we're trying to do, is spotlight people that are positive and trying to show love in every culture and every race. There's good people in every situation. But I think marriage is something that has just not been taught culturally, because it's just generational, right? And I think that we do need to stop saying, even if you don't feel like you need a man as a woman, you need to stop saying, I don't need a man. Your children need their father. Yes. Stop kicking fathers out of the picture all the way. It's one thing if you get a divorce, if you can't work it out, is one thing, but nothing irritates my soul more than when a woman keeps a child from their father.
I agree.
I don't care if he's paying child support or not. I really don't, because at the end of the day, yes, he should, but if he's not, that kid has no idea about child support.
Yeah, they don't care about
They just know if their daddy is there, if he ain't there, right?
That's right.
And
so
very true.
There's this, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean,
you are. I know, just waiting to say that all day. He's been writing about everything. So.
Our daughters actually land up marrying like their father. And if the father's not around,
exactly,
what are they looking at? The
pulse.
Yeah. So, it's so important for the dad to be around.
It is. I'm telling you, daddy issues. Yeah. And it's just, I used to think that the worst kind of man was a mama's boy, but I think now I'm convinced the worst kind of man to date is a man that hates women, like hates his mother. Like, look at the relationship with their mother. That will tell you everything. It's kind of the same thing. If a woman hates her father, she will play those things out in her relationship with her man until she heals from those things. And I think it's important you heal from those past relationships before you try to jump into another one.
That is so true. I mean, my dad, I don't know where he's at. It took me a long time. I had to grieve because he was there for the first part of my life for a long time, up to like 17, 18. And then I saw him once again at 24, and then he's just like gone. Yeah. And you have to grieve, and that's true.
You do.
You have to really recognize your behaviors with your mate when it comes to being hurt by a parent.
That's right.
Sure, yes.
And I think it's, we all treat our parents like they're superheroes, and then you just, one day you wake up and you realize, dude, they're just human. They didn't know what they didn't know either, but I think at that point we hear generational curses. I think that for our children's sake, we have an obligation to get real with our BS and stop just blaming it and being a victim and blaming it on the generational curse. That could be true. You could have been born under generational curses, but at some point, once you're an adult and you can make a decision, it's a choice. And that is where you have to say no, and it's enough, and care about your kids enough to not pass that down to your grandkids.
It's very interesting, actually, because, I have 4 children, and I've raised all of them. I have done my obligation. They're all grown up. They're all very different. They've all had to deal with their own, hurts and pains, and, losing their mother and so on. But you can't control them. You know, at some point, like I have 3 that are set there, got their careers, and I have 1 that has done nothing but destroy me and him. You know, and like, what did I do wrong? You know, and you start thinking, well, maybe I gave him too much.
Right.
You know, maybe I spoiled him. You know,
right?
And then he thought, oh well, anytime something goes wrong, Dad will take care of it, right?
Yeah.
So there's also that fine line that you have to draw. You know, like,
that's how my dad was
parenting
too.
is not easy. You know, it's definitely not easy. That's for sure. But
it is overrated. No, I'm just kidding. We love our kids. We love our babies.
That's right.
But we love when they're grown. Just saying.
They grow up and then they don't care about you anymore.
I know. It's like, are you going to call your mom? I'm busy.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
I don't call you.
Now that my body's shot to hell and I'm old and I can't find a new daddy, no, you're happy. Okay, thanks. Okay,
I'm kind of blessed in that aspect because my kids are really active with me.
That's
very,
good.
Very active, especially the older ones. My oldest son, my oldest daughter.
Oh, yeah.
They're really, really active with me. You know, I probably, my phone will go off a lot during the day, and it's really just, it's pretty much my kids. You know?
Yes, man.
Hey,
but you know what, Michael, you had a great dad.
Yeah.
You had a good dad.
I had a good dad. He was really, really rough. Really rough on
my
me.
dad was too.
He was really tough. But even more so was my mother is just salt of the earth. She's the epitome of what a mother is. And even when I was growing up, I was a title. How do I say it here?
Entitled.
Whatever your title is, you have to earn it. Okay, no matter who you are. So if you're mom, you act like mom. I call you mom. If you're like dad, because my biological father is not who I embody as my father, because he didn't act as such.
Right.
So I will call him by his first name, and I will respect him as an individual, but I can never ever part my lips to say that's my dad.
Right.
Because it just wasn't there. And so the man who raised me, the man who put food on the table and taught me how to be a man, that's whose last name I carry. That's who I will always be. And that's the traits that I took, good and bad, from him. And, and I work through those demons on a daily basis too. But, sometimes, you try to do the best. So I kind of made it my, after 20 years in that nightlife and that business, I lost a lot of time thinking that money was the way. Here you go. Oh, here you go. Everybody had nice Jordans on and had nice clothes on, and they had this and they had that. But the big part they were missing was dad. So I had to retool my entire life, and it was tough to retool, revamp myself, go back out and just be a devoted parent. And just, so it is a job. But if you learn all your children and what they like, what they don't like, just like you just learn a lot about what they've been learning along the way and where you could have intervened. And the only thing you can do at that point is do your best to fill those gaps. And so being a parent is so valuable nowadays. So that's really, so my life just my life in general is comprised of 3 things. Mom, since my dad has passed away, my kids, and my work. And I base every decision I make on those 3 things. So,
absolutely.
Very nice. I mean, look, Mike, that's I've had a very similar situation. Unfortunately for my kids, what I'm sad about is they never got to see my siblings. They never got to see their grandma or their grandpa, and so they haven't gotten to see their cousins. I mean, my oldest brother lives in Canada. My other brother lives in Sydney, Australia, and then my sister lives in South Africa, and I live here. And they've never ever met them.
Wow.
Thank God for Skype, and at least
seriously.
We can, but I mean, it's not the same thing. You
Yeah.
know? It's just,
right.
And it's just so sad. And so since all my kids are here and they live in Houston, and we just had a grandchild, I'm like, oh man, God, thank you so much. These kids are going to raise up. They're going to be with their uncles and their aunts. They're going to get to play with their cousins, and that kind of thing is something that I miss so much. You know?
Yeah.
It's
very valuable.
Yeah.
I grew up my dad was a baby of 10 kids, so we had a huge family. And it's like the same thing. It's like I knew all my dad's brothers and sisters, and I didn't, my dad's oldest brother was like 21 years. So I didn't know them. But, big I think, again, back to the corona, I think that this is an opportunity right now to reset everything in your life. Whether you're newly single, a lot of couples are going through quarantine and getting divorced right now. And whether you're newly single or you're trying to work it through, or maybe you always had a dream of a new business or an idea, so many great things are birthed out of these kind of times. Mm-hmm. I love that you were talking about David being in the cave writing Psalms, because that's really what it is. I mean, we are, and it's time to really birth that. This is like that pause for God to say, okay, you've been on like autopilot and auto zoom and like, and just go. But how often do we have time to stop and go, this is not really my passion. This is not really what I want to do. Yes, it's putting a lot of money on the table, but at what cost? Is it at the cost of our kids? Is it the cost of our, sanity, our freedom? At what cost? And I think as you get older, for me, I know I'm starting to value time more than anything. Time. Sure. I don't care about money as much but now it's all about time for me.
We have to come out of this. We have to, but we do have to come out of this with purpose.
Turn his mic off.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Michael?
I'm like Dory over here, short-term memory loss.
Yes, I do have that too.
But I mean, we do have to come out with purpose, and hopefully we come out better than when we first went in. So
absolutely,
if we get that, we're going to be fine.
I really think, as like I said, it has to come to a head. All these negative things that are it just needs its time, and I think they are finally coming to the surface where people are finally really ready to make a change. And so even though it's horrible, and even if you listen to the news, there's more corona coming and more bad things and more bad. I think that is where, I think when you're anchored in your faith, you will not be moved in the storm.
That's right.
At all. It's kind of like, that's cool. I literally feel like, walking in the valley of the shadow of death. And I really don't fear nothing. I feel like there's people on mountains all around me with snipers, but I'm like, I'm chilling. I'm like, okay, let's go. Get my Dr. Pepper. Life is okay. That's the only thing about, I have to have my Dr. Pepper.
She has to have her Dr. Pepper.
Gotta have my Dr. Pepper. But that's the thing. As long as I've got my Dr. Pepper, I am good.
It's funny about Dr. Pepper. People who drink Dr. Pepper.
You want to see a demon, take away some Dr. Pepper, okay? Because we'll turn straight evil on you on that one. But that's the thing. I think right now, you guys, with all the fear mongering and all the things in the world going on right now, at the end of the day, this is an opportunity to birth new things and get closer to your family and heal. And a lot of people have gone. It is so important to heal. It is so important. You cannot be in a successful relationship until you have healed from your past, and forgiveness truly is a gift you give yourself.
And listen to one another, really understand their perspective. Don't just listen to retort. That's what too many people are doing these days. They let their ego get in the way. Just try to understand what other cultures are going through.
Yes.
I really think that if we were to just have more understanding of each other, and I think we're getting there.
One day at a time.
You can do bad things, right? And I mean, you can get into trouble, but ownership of that is the most important thing. I have a son that he's done some really bad things. All I ask is just own up. Just admit it. If you can't get redemption, you can't even be forgiven unless you're ready to say, I did it. Right?
Exactly.
Then I can forgive you. Now, you're my son. I'm always going to love you. It's unconditional. I long for the day that you are in a pigsty and realize, geez, I'll have it better if I go home.
He's going to kill him.
And you come running home and I'll put the velvet gown over you, get the biggest fat pig, and just have a celebration because he's come home. It's like he's admitting it. And that's all we ask as parents. Kids, if you're out there and you think, I can't face my parents, or I can't go home because I've done too many bad things. Not true. Okay, your mom, your dad love you, and it's unfortunate that some fathers just abandon.
If they're a good mother or father.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a contingent.
Yeah. And it's sad. I mean, Father's Day, I put something out on my Instagram. Suck it up, guys. It's not your kid's fault. It's yours. I mean, make it right.
It's true though, but what you're saying, but at the end of the day, a lot of people run from God because they are so ashamed of the things that they've gone through, or they think they've gone too far, or they can't be forgiven. God already knows everything you've done, but I think the love is the same. It truly is agape love. It is unconditional, and it doesn't really matter what you've done. You can be forgiven, and instead of running from God in these hard times, turn to Him and watch how your life really changes.
Look at your dogs when you come home and you haven't been there all day. They run around so happy to see you. It's like,
It almost
watch Secret Life of Pets 2. You'll understand the plight of the dog.
Yes. Okay. Until he's got small kids. All right. So let's go on to the next topic here. So how important is physical chemistry to you when you're actually meeting someone for like dating or a relationship or even work? I mean, chemistry, you have to be able to have a chemistry to work together.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I think it's more, to me, it's more of a spiritual discernment than it is a chemistry. Yes, chemistry has to be there.
So what's the question?
How important is physical chemistry to you?
So physical chemistry. Well, I believe the first attraction is always physical. It has to be something that you like or something that you love about that person. In my younger years, it was more of the shape of your body and what you look like. But now it's more of what do you have going on. Growth and maturity has kind of shaped what I look for now. I don't look for the shape of the body, but I look at are your nails clean? Is your hair fixed nicely? Do you smell good? What comes out of your mouth? Is it what's up with it, or is it hello, how are you? Or,
what it do, baby?
There's those red flag things that you look for. So the physical chemistry is definitely there. Obviously, from what I looked at it between 25 and 35 is totally different from what I look for right now. So yeah, the physical is very important. And then also in your workplace as well, you don't want to be around somebody that's sloppy and that's not clean, especially in your business. You're around food all day. There's no room for anybody unsanitary or it's just so I believe the physical chemistry is huge, very, very important. You gotta look at that person every day. You want to be it needs to be a pleasant environment. It needs something that's that you want to see.
I found as a matchmaker that men tend to be a little bit more visceral than women. With women, it's more about, can you make me laugh? It's are you funny? Can I be myself around you? Do you make me feel comfortable? Whereas guys are like, I'll put it this way. There was one question posed in another game we played. It was like, would you rather be married to a 10 with a stank personality or a 6 with a great personality?
Yeah. Getting back to the original question. Right?
Yes.
Okay. It is like that. I think first you're attracted, to the appearance.
Yeah.
Right. But you have to look at it and think after that, then what happens? And then how do you keep it going? How do you maintain that chemistry? In a relationship forever? So it's a work. And it's sad that most couples don't work at it. But the older you get, the less important it becomes. It's more about, are we having fun? Do we laugh? I mean, can we laugh while we enjoying whatever that is?
Exactly.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah. So, why are you blushing, Chef? Press play. Okay.
Women are different though, like we'll look at a man and he'll be good looking, but then it's what's coming out of his mouth while he's looking at us too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, then you melt like butter. Like, they're nice, they're easy on the eyes, but it's, what are they speaking
What are they talking about? Mm-hmm. One thing I've got to tell you guys that I did a show, it was specifically dating over 50, finding love over 50 on Channel 2. And we were talking about like the different websites and things that you could go to and find love over 50. What do you guys think about online dating in general? I mean, what's been your experience? Have you heard any success stories or war stories, or have you tried it yourself as single men?
The thing is, what really upsets me is people put pictures of themselves that is not there. And then you go
It's
there.
called catfishing.
I'm here to
Those
meet somebody.
filters that change the shape.
Yeah, I'm here to meet somebody. I don't see them anywhere. Like, hi. Like,
that's not you.
I need to go to the restaurant.
That's like the classic go to the restaurant.
What are you thinking? Did you not think you're going to meet this guy?
Right.
What is wrong with you?
No, have you seen the show Catfish? It's a whole show, and how they literally it's just that kind of thing where people think, oh, I just thought you would fall in love with my personality. And they'll use somebody else's total face and image or whatever, total different person, total different gender sometimes. I mean, they go to the extremes. Oh yeah. And then they'll get to know them, but their camera mysteriously never works. They never can do video chat, and then they finally meet. Or then when it comes time to meet, they just totally stand them up because they know you're gonna go, what the hell? Like how? Like fraud much. But anyway.
Yeah, and then what is it with some women? You're going to meet them, right? It's online dating, right?
Yeah.
So you go meet them and she's with 25 of her girlfriends. Sitting there like,
yes.
I didn't let you know, but my girlfriend's birthday, so so you end up going home with one of the other girls instead of her.
Hey, that never actually sounds like a bad idea, Chef. I mean, really, it's like, that's like that's like a really good idea.
20 roses.
I think I'm going to start doing that when I start matching people. I'm going to send one girl 25 of her friends, and that way, my client will be happy one way or the other.
Have you done online dating, Michael?
No, I have not ever experienced online dating. I've heard some horror stories from guys that have done online dating, but they were probably
from guys, huh?
Yeah, they were probably the horror. So, they were talking to these guys, but I, as I said, I was in the club and bar business for so long.
Yeah,
it just wasn't.
You didn't have to. It was
like readily accessible. They all came and they were all drunk, so you just. I don't know. A lot of bad choices happen in these videos. I just don't want to talk about it now. Okay. But seriously, on a serious note, the online dating platform, some people it's necessary. But the problem with the online dating platform now is it's the same thing when you're going back. There's no communication. It's a button you push, type. So when you get in front, they get in front of that person. They're like, so what's up?
Seriously.
Where you from? Okay, is this an interview or are we trying to get to know each other? What is really going on here? So just, I know you want to be able to get to know someone a little bit more, but I think the online has taken the novelty of actually meeting someone, seeing someone at a gas station, closing that space between them and say, hey, excuse me.
People are scared nowadays, though. They'll taser you if you start talking at the gas station.
One of my bad experiences about that wasn't online dating, but I met a girl and she was right next to me and she texted me.
Oh my God, that's so annoying.
I'm just like, and I looked at my phone and I was like,
hey, you look good today.
and I kind of looked at it and then I like, did you just text me?
But seriously.
And I just looked at it and asked her, why?
No, really.
I said, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I said, and then as you spoke a little bit more with that person, you noticed that they just didn't have the ability to communicate.
Social skills.
So look, I see
skills weren't just there.
Michael, I see that a lot. I see.
Oh, I bet.
I see in young 20s, they're sitting opposite from each other in the restaurant and they're texting each other. I mean, come on.
I've seen that too.
What is wrong with you two?
On a date, texting each other.
I'm taking your phones away from you. Or I'm not bringing your food. That's it. Okay? Come on.
Seriously.
Look at each other,
Like it's a lost art.
It's a lot, yeah.
So when I meet somebody, I tell them I'm Tarzan. I was born in the African jungle.
Yes, baby. And you got that accent too. I get it. They are not mad. Every woman loves a male accent.
I think he really believes he's Tarzan. Because several occasions when we worked together at the country club, he wanted to do a Tarzan deal.
Oh yeah, he's Tarzan. I can tell.
Yeah. They got to answer that.
Yeah, well, I've said, if you're Tarzan, then I've got to be Jane.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I mean, baby.
So now when you walk in his house, you see the ropes hanging.
Yeah, swing from the line.
Don't ask any questions.
You come in, you knock on the door, and he's just swinging.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing it on the chandelier, right?
You swing to the door to answer the door.
All over.
Stop being on with no underwear.
Yeah, with a speedo.
Oh wow! Oh, this is good.
We got 5 points tonight.
We don't know why you're single.
Then you ask her if she wants to
We
try
figured
your
out why
booty.
Chef Paul's single. Okay. Just kidding.
Did you hear me?
What?
You can ask her if she wants to try his booty.
Oh wow!
He makes a dish called booty.
Babuti. I told you in the beginning. Babuti. I won an award for that, by the way.
Booty.
Wow.
Yeah, I won the.
Sounds sexy.
Can you drop it like it's hot?
Is this a challenge? Should I hope you watch this show?
I gotta see Paul drop it like it's hot.
If you want to get the recipe, go to chefpaulstable.com and I'll teach you how to make babuti.
All right.
And Michael will teach you how to drop it like it's hot.
And there you have
Yeah, Michael, tell us what you did in your 20s for your career.
it. See, what had happened was, it's raining outside.
Yeah, I bet you have flashbacks when women pull out dollar bills, huh?
Absolutely not. I would actually be very rude and belligerent when I saw dollars.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got to take a quick break. And Mike, when we get back, Michael's going to do a strip tease for us. He's out there. I'm just kidding. All right, guys.
Gonna show you.
And Chef is going to do the strip tease together. I'm going to do. He's going to be swinging from the vine.
Yeah, that's okay, man. Just don't ask me to sing, okay? I can hear anything else but sing.
We'll be right back, guys, on Edge Radio, 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
1540 AM and 101.7 FM Houston, Pasadena, Clear Lake, 1540 AM and 101.7 FM. Edge Radio.
Your greatest wealth is health. This health capsule is brought to you by Arango Chiropractic Clinic. The nervous system controls the function of every cell in our body, and as such, it controls every aspect of our lives. This is why maintaining a properly functioning nervous system is essential to a normal, healthy life. Because of its focus on the nervous system, chiropractic care can be a very important part of a wellness lifestyle. By restoring the integrity of the spine and nervous system with a safe and natural method of care, your doctor of chiropractic can help you live a more healthy, productive, and happy life. For the health of it, visit us at 1302 North Shepherd in the Heights, or visit our website, HoustonChiroClinic.com, or call us at 713-868-6166. 713-868-6166.
Are you ready to be pushed over the edge? Edge Radio, coming soon to 1540 AM and 101.7 FM Houston, Pasadena, Clear Lake, Galveston. Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
America, your children having them.
Welcome back, guys. Matchmaker Hotline, 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. I am the co-host with the lovely Amber Neal today. Thank you for having me for Battle of the Sexes.
Yeah.
We have Chef Paul Friedman and Michael Dante. Thank you guys for being here. I really thought today was going to be funnier. We've gotten very serious.
Yeah, we've been laughing about it all the time. My stomach has been laughing so hard.
My stomach hurts.
Man, we were going to have Chef Paul swing in from break.
That's
but
the
we
next,
decided
that's
to
a
do
show in itself.
Tarzan. Well, at least we know what he's going to be for
He's
Halloween.
been holding his booty.
Babuti. And don't call it Bobata. It's not Bobata. It's Babuti.
You're gonna start a new slang word. He's gonna start a new slang word today. You know, everybody's gonna be saying that in Houston next week. Okay, so one more question for these, and then we're gonna go to the literal questions and test you. Since you guys are winning, we're going to give you some harder questions in just a minute. But one last question here when it comes to this. When do you think is the right time for people to meet each other's families or parents?
Whoa.
And we're in that weird generation, like we have parents and we have kids. So it's kind of like we both, right? So.
Well, I think the hardest thing is when you do have kids. I think you really, it needs to be at least beyond 6 months.
Yeah.
Because I think if you've been together for 6 months, you know, if there's anything that's coming out of the closet, it's going to come out, you know. And I think the worst thing that you can do is start out by trying to impress.
Yeah.
I think if you start out by trying to impress, you'll get found out very, very quickly.
Yes.
You know.
That's your
and
representative.
that's the worst thing. If a woman finds out right up front that you were trying to impress, she will run 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
You know, so just for guys out there, man, I'm telling you, just be yourself.
We just want the real, not the representative. Right. And people are going to find out who I don't understand. And I think it's this little delicate dance you have to do. It's like it's right when you're falling for them, but before you're so far in that you would be totally crushed if your kids hated them, or who cares what your parents think when you're grown. But I'm saying, like, if your kids hate them, that can be challenging. So it's that, I agree with you. You don't want to do it too soon.
Well, think
you don't want to be bringing a parade of people around your kid either.
Yeah, well, think about it. Just let's say, okay, so you get involved and you introduce this person to your kids, right? And then they start pouring themselves into your children because it's like a way that they are trying to impress you, for example, right?
Yeah.
And then something happens and gone.
And then they're
gone. And then it happens again. And then it happens again. What are you doing to your children?
Exactly.
So I think you should definitely make a point of keeping them away as long as you can, so that you can find yourself in the relationship before you enter into that, before you even introduce them to your family members or your mother or your father.
And I think it's really important to one of the things about launching Maridate, it's a private social club for couples only. We're launching this year. And one of the things that we firmly believe in is that the couples that are happy or monogamous or whatever they are want to be around other couples the same. And I think it's very important because so many times we get advice from our bitter single friends or bitter family members or man haters or women haters, and then everybody's all the same. They put them in a group, and then all of a sudden we're applying their truths to our relationship, and then all of a sudden we're single like they are. Because you got to be careful when you're listening to advice from people, because no matter if they're your family or friends, not everybody wants you to win. Not everybody wants you to succeed.
Misery loves company.
That's so sad too.
Misery loves company.
So you just want to be, you know, get it. If you're a couple, I just think it's good to be around other couples. I think double dating is so fun. A lot of people love to do that. And I think couples love to be around other couples because it's like, what do you guys do? Because there's no blueprint for the perfect marriage. But I think it is very important that you don't hang around toxic couples when you're trying to have a healthy relationship. So if you want more information about Maridate, go to maridate.com. If you guys want to jump in on the last 20 minutes of the show, 281-587-1540, but we've got some test questions for you guys. Okay. So let's see. And since I actually know the answers, I'm not going to cheat. I'm just going to you're going to answer for us, Nicole. Okay. All right. So number one, what do you call a woman who agrees to have a baby on behalf of another person?
I know.
First person to answer.
Surrogate.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Okay. That was a practice.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
3-0. What is a traditional piece of music the bride and groom first dance to at their wedding reception?
Bridal waltz.
Got it. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, 3-1. Got it. Nanny, boo, boo. Okay. On what piece of women's clothing would you be likely to find an underwire?
Bra.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's do this. Y'all looking like a Jared headlights over there.
I knew that was
How did you not know that? Oh my gosh.
Asking some manly.
No.
I mean, like, come on.
No, you already beaten us.
No.
Y'all are men. But I'm sure you know what bras
What
look
would
like.
a man question be?
Let's see. Let's see. Let me find one for you guys.
Who was the quarterback for the 1993-94?
Okay. You guys will probably know this one. What do you call a single diamond set alone in a ring?
Solitaire.
Boom. Okay, finally got it. Yay. What's the score? So that's, you guys are 4 to 2.
4 to 2?
4 to 2?
Okay.
Yeah,
5
3 to 2?
5.
Is it 3
5.
to 2? Or maybe it was 2 to 2. I think we're tied actually, right?
It's 4 to 2.
4 to 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Name
There's
the
a whole
7
series
dwarves in the Child's Fairy
No,
Tale.
I did not hear the question. I was talking. We didn't know the question was coming out. You got to skip that one. You got to skip that one.
No.
I didn't hear it.
No, I was talking to Michael.
Bashful, Doc,
Name the 7 dwarves in the Children's Fairy Tale.
Dopey, Bashful, Doc, the angry one, Grumpy.
Grumpy, yeah.
Snoopy.
Bashful.
I already said Bashful.
Oh, God, this one's so easy, Nicole. You're going to kick yourself.
Happy.
Oh, Happy.
That's
Thank
why,
you.
bitch, I'm missing one. You're missing
Moody
one.
or sad?
Nabuti.
What's the 7th one?
You say grumpy, eh?
I already
You say
said grumpy.
Yeah, say grumpy.
Hungry?
That's me.
Okay, so there's grumpy.
Doc, Bashful, Grumpy, Dopey,
Happy.
Sleepy, Happy.
Oh, you got it. Dopey.
Yeah, sleepy.
Dopey.
I said dopey. I did say dopey.
Run the camera back.
Cut his mic, please. I'm pretty sure you said it first.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many is that for us now?
3 to 4.
Oh.
3 to 4. You're only getting us with one?
Yeah. You might have said that when we didn't even know that.
All right. Okay, next question.
Yeah.
Speaking that babuti.
Okay, let me find a really funny one. Let's see. Let's see.
I won't look.
Where would a woman?
You've been cheating.
I have not.
You're a cribber. You've been cheating.
You are so bad, and we love it. Okay, where would a woman use volumizer?
Here.
In her hair.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
Mark got
Michael
it.
got that.
Yeah.
5 to 3. Damn it, Michael. Okay, where does a woman apply rouge?
Over her cheeks.
The cheek. There's a place.
There's a place.
Oh my God, that was too funny. Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna give these guys hard ones.
When I went to go say hair earlier, I put a paraphrase in front of it, so I didn't get hair out in time. And you won, so this time I was like, "Oh, you just got." Okay, 4 to 5.
4 to 5.
Okay.
You're creeping up cheatingly, by the way.
No, I'm not.
Okay, all right, okay.
When using an eyelash curler, do you apply mascara before or after using it? Dang,
He
Michael.
said it.
I forgot. Okay.
He's in touch with
Dang.
his
So what?
feminine
6 to
6-3.
No, he's been around women for 20 years.
Oh, you gave yourself one?
6 to 5. 6 to 5.
You're
6 to 4.
Okay.
6-4.
All right, guys. So we're 6 to 5. So let's go to the next question.
Ask a manly question. How many skid marks are in a man's underwear? What pile is that considered?
That was funny. So that was
Actually, I
another
wear it the
point.
next day too.
So the question was funny, so we get a point for that.
That was good.
That was okay. So we're 6 to 5 then.
All right. Now we can start asking
We all
questions.
have to answer the question.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Oh
we're
my
6.
God.
We need a real educator here.
What is a Depo-Provera?
Pregnancy.
What?
A Depo-Provera shot.
Well, what is Depo-Provera?
Depo-Provera.
Yeah.
I thought that was the pregnancy shot.
Oh, contraceptive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang.
Contraceptive, that's to keep you from getting it.
Yeah.
So, no, he's saying to get pregnant.
No. Why would you take a shot to get pregnant?
A lot of women take shots to get pregnant. They take hormones to get pregnant. Point for us. You know that one either.
Well, they just cheating all kind of technicalities.
Nicole, you are being.
You lost your point.
Nicole, you're being manipulative. Okay, you're making me feel really bad about what you said. And then, no, I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
It's making me.
Oh my God!
I know.
Okay, that's over. I'm sorry. Okay. If you are this is for you, chef. If you are serving seafood at a dinner party, what should you provide your guests with so they can keep their hands clean? Lemon water. A what?
The question was for me.
No, but not for you to win.
This is for you. Yes, and I was going to say a bowl of.
I'm saying like we've done girly questions.
Well, I was going to say.
You didn't specify that. You specified that.
I'm sorry, y'all are slow.
You didn't specify that.
I was going to say a bowl of water with a lemon in it.
And what's
that
that
took a little longer than lemon water.
What's
Too
that
bad
called?
for you.
What's that called?
What's the lemon water called?
Yeah. What's it called?
Oh, it's got a fancy name.
What's holding it?
A bowl of water.
Of Schaefer?
You got half the answer.
A lemon Schaefer.
I give people that little.
What kind of bowl is it?
Like a wooden bowl?
No.
A hand bowl.
A stainless steel bowl?
No.
Oh, chalet.
A finger bowl.
Yay! 6 to 6. Okay, let's go.
Okay,
all right.
Did she just look at the answer?
I had to see how you pronounce it.
Well, we don't get
okay.
We don't get finger balls anymore.
Not only does she admit to seeing it,
I was thinking
does it have a pronunciation underneath of it? And
we don't get finger balls anymore.
And these questions are good because these are food related. Okay, so when you're trying,
squirt the sanitizer across the room. Put your hands out. It's 16.
We give you a toilet.
A toilet.
A toilet. Ladies, Chef Paul is single. If you want to meet him, call us 281-587-1540.
He'll give you a toilet.
He'll give you a toilet and a finger bowl.
I'll give you a toilet. Okay, listen, it's not fair. Okay, I'm misunderstood.
That's all he's got.
I'm really misunderstood. Okay, I'll tell you why. So you come from, there's different, like, okay, for example, how many words can you call a toilet?
Right.
So it's all. So when I came here and I was in a bar and I was hitting up this girl, I said, "Hey, give me your number and I'll give you a tinkle." Why did she get up and walk away from me? I didn't understand it. What did I say that was wrong? I was trying to be nice, right?
That's when you pee lightly.
When you in Europe, you call someone, you give them a tinkle. You're gonna say, "I'm calling you."
That's called a golden shower in the States.
I'm gonna tinkle you.
So it's thick. When I tell people my name, they look at me like,
look, R. Kelly is in here. Tinkle brings a whole meaning when you say it to a girl in the United States. All right.
That is so true, though. I love it.
So you know what? I have to really spell my name sometimes because people think when I tell them my name, they think I'm saying Bull.
Yeah.
So I'm not a bull, okay?
Oh, shit.
I'm Paul.
He's a Tarzan.
I'm bull.
Yeah,
I'm bull.
Tarzan.
I'm Tarzan.
I'll tinkle you.
That's his dating profile. I like to tinkle.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one more question, then we got to get out of here. What is the main herb used in making pesto?
Oh, a saffron.
Wrong.
Oregano.
Nope.
Tomatoes.
No.
Nope.
Pesto.
Basil. Yes. Dang.
You should have got
got
that
it
the first
again.
time.
Okay, fine.
So you can't take a point away.
Now, this is our last chance to call. What's the score now? Like 7 to 5?
Because they didn't answer right away.
7 to 5.
First answer.
Oh yeah, we got answer right away.
7 to 5.
You're gonna make my show whenever trying to tie break y'all's asses. Well, okay, but this, you can get this one. Nicole, you can get this one.
That's
Okay.
why I didn't give myself 6.
Oh, all right.
I need you. Okay.
7 to 5.
Nicole, what
product,
what makeup do you need to throw away if it starts clumping?
L'Oreal.
Mascara.
Yay!
L'Oreal.
7 to 6. We got
I
time for
said
one
what
more.
make a brand. I just messed it up. Yeah, it's okay.
And then last one.
Okay, 7 or 6 to 7.
6.
Wait, this is so easy, you guys. Okay, this is the tiebreaker right here.
Okay, let's go.
Where is a premature baby placed after birth so it can
Incubator.
Yep.
Okay, I give up. All right, the guys actually won. Congratulations! Yay! You are. You are the first ones ever.
Give a trophy.
Yes,
You did it.
we'll give you an extra gift certificate courtesy of Mary Date for
There we
winning
go.
today.
One that Chef wants.
Yes, we'll let you guys pick out which one you want. I'm never going to hear the end of this from Michael. I already know, but that's okay. Congratulations, you guys. Y'all were
Thank
super
you.
funny today. Well, we got to get out of here. So thanks for you guys. Thanks for guys for coming on. I mean, it was such a blast. Let's start with Michael at the end. Tell us your company, how people get in touch with you, and how could people support you.
Well, my name is Michael Dante, Rocket Landscapes and More. 713-927-1066. But everybody is Google driven nowadays. So simply Google Rocket Landscapes. I'll pop up. Google the phone number. I'll pop up. RocketLandServices.com. I mean, everything is just, just Google me and you'll find it. It's not that hard. And, as I said, I don't provide just plants and trees and shrubs. I provide an environment, a feeling. I want to provide something that you'll smile at, that you'll be happy about, and you feel really good about it. I do everything from installation of pavers, patios, full garden installs. Also, I do sod installation. A lot of you have some really ugly grass out there, so we can fix that up too. Just making waterworks, making that. I don't know if some of you seen the movie Something New. Mm-hmm. I mean, we actually do that. We'll go in and take a jungle and turn it into a paradise. So it's something that we really take
Chef
pride in
Paul,
doing.
I heard that.
So it's like it's like we can go back there and then it can be a bunch of shrubbery. We can turn it into my bouquet.
Okay. Way to go. Way to go. Well, thanks, Michael, for being on. Chef, you've been hilarious. You've been so much fun. You got to come back. You've got to come back and see us again. How do people get in touch with you?
Okay, so I have a website. It's called chefpaulstable.com. Okay. Also have Instagram, #ChefPaulFriedman, and also #ChefPaulsTable. But I do in-home private chef events.
Okay.
I do cooking classes, and I represent Anura Wines from South Africa. Our first shipment's coming in about 5 weeks.
Wow!
And we're going to be trying to do collaborative dinners with executive chefs of restaurants, where I go in and we invite their loyal customers. Not a lot. Private wine tastings shouldn't be a lot of people because it's not intimate. So we invite maybe 12 couples, and then we do a collaborative dinner. I say, listen, here's a South African dish that's going to fare well with this South African wine, and then I will tell them to go cook it, and I'll cook it, and then we'll collaborate.
I love it.
And then in the meantime, you're tasting the wine, and then we're getting feedback from the executive chefs and the owners of those particular restaurants. And they either say, yes, this wine is great, I would definitely order it. And then they give me the order. Fantastic. I want to go to Disney World. I want to go to Orlando because they have South African restaurants there. I mean, that kind of thing.
That's
awesome. So, I've got a huge job ahead of me. And the TABC and all the different states have their own regulations. And every time you go you first have to get what's called a COLA. That allows you to then go to the local states and then get permission. And then you have to, get the label. They approve the label. It's a big deal. And then you can print them on your wine bottles. Then you ship them over and then you can sell them. But you can't sell them anywhere else.
Right.
Except at that state. And then if you're going to go to another state, you got to reprint
start
labels
all
for that.
over.
Start all over again.
That's
so
crazy.
It's not an easy thing, but I mean, it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm telling you, you've never tasted wines like this. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And I got to tell you, is one of Houston's top 10 most eligible bachelors. You are in the time of your life where you are the kid in the candy store. You'll see. Just hang around. You'll see. Thanks for coming on the show, and congratulations to the guys winning today. Nicole.
You can watch me on Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m. I'm a health and fitness expert for the Women's Empowerment segment every other Wednesday. Thank you so much for having me on today. Also, Amber and I are working together for public relations for anyone that's interested in PR. And we're also advocates for the Green Compass CBD oil company. So if you want a CBD oil that's vertically based, which is a big deal, you can hit me up. You can find me on Facebook, Nicole Giddens, Giddens Nicole on Instagram, and always at Edge Radio Network.
All right. Thanks for coming on. And we tried. I mean,
I totally
we let him win.
It's okay.
All right. Well, this has been another fun Battle of the Sexes today here on the Matchmaker Hotline. Tomorrow, we are going to be joined by millionaire matchmaker Susan Alpers. She is a Canadian millionaire matchmaker, and we're going to chop it up and talk about how things are the same or different here in Canada from the States. So stay tuned tomorrow. We'll be right back at noon. All of our guests today will receive free complimentary travel certificates courtesy of Meridate.com. And if you want more information about being on the show, getting in touch with us on that for matchmaking or date coaching as well, reach out to us at amberneal.com and stay tuned. We have The Cutting Edge with Al Roundtree coming up next, right here on Edge Radio at 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. See you tomorrow, actually. Yeah. Bye. Bye.
This is Dr. Arango with Arango Chiropractic Clinic to inform you that we specialize in the handling of your automobile injury case. Arango Chiropractic Clinic makes it simple for you to access the care that you need. Our doctors and staff have years of experience in the handling of auto accident claims. In addition to providing the health care you need, we provide our patients with information such as how personal injury cases are handled, whether you may need an attorney to represent you, what you can expect from the insurance adjuster. If you do not have an attorney, we will gladly make a referral to one. Often, injuries do not show up until days or weeks after an accident. A thorough chiropractic evaluation is essential to your health, especially after an injury. For more information and for the quality of care you need and deserve, call us at 713-868-6166. Arango Chiropractic Clinic, 713-868-6166.
Contact us at 713-868-6166, or for more information, visit our website at HoustonChiroClinic.com, 713-868-6166.
1540 AM and 101.7 FM Houston, Pasadena, Clear Lake, Galveston.
This is KGBC, Galveston, Houston, 1540 AM and K269GS, Pasadena, 101.7 FM.
1540 AM and 101.7 FM. Edge Radio. Are you ready to be pushed over the edge? Edge Radio, coming soon to 1540 AM and 101.7 FM Houston, Pasadena, Clear Lake, Galveston.
Do you ever leave work and wish you were going anywhere but home? Hi, I'm Dr. Viviana Coles, and I named that feeling Homeward Bound Dread. At Houston Relationship Therapy, we help couples and individuals work through the many challenges faced while in relationships. Our experienced and dedicated relationship therapist can help make going home a welcome thought for you. Call 713-542-2221 or book online at HoustonRelationshipTherapy.com. Schedule your appointment today and rediscover intimacy now at Houston Relationship Therapy.
Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Business owners, thought leaders, when you're ready to connect with new customers, your radio station has the edge you need to succeed. Call 281-744-0446. For more information, call 281-744-0446.
Our business is helping your business from Galveston to Houston and beyond. 1540 KGBC.
Well, give us a call. 281-744-0446. 281-744-0446.
Advertising doesn't cost you money, it makes you money.
Well, give us a call. 281-744-0446. 281-744-0446. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM Houston, Pasadena, Clear Lake, Galveston.
This is Dr. Arango with Arango Chiropractic Clinic. Do you wake up with stiffness and chronic low back pain? Do you have swelling and limited movement in your neck, hips, knees, or ankles? Do you feel fatigue and chest discomfort when breathing? These are just some of the symptoms of ankylosing spondylitis, or AS. Ankylosing means joining together. Spondylitis means swelling of the body of the vertebrae. Manipulative therapy performed by osteopaths and doctors of chiropractic is an effective method of treatment of ankylosing spondylitis.
Contact us at 713-868-6166, or for more information, visit our website at HoustonChiroClinic.com. 713-868-6166.
Business owners, thought leaders, when you're ready to connect with new customers, your radio station has the edge you need to succeed. Call 281-744-0446. For more information, call 281-744-0446.
1540 AM and 101.7 FM. Edge Radio.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Are you having trouble recalling a conversation with your partner that didn't end up in a fight? Hi, I'm Dr. Viviana Coles, and I know that for many couples, effective communication does not come easy. At Houston Relationship Therapy, we help couples and individuals work through the many challenges faced while in relationships. Our experienced and dedicated relationship therapists can help you and your partner talk about even the most sensitive topics. Call 713-542-2221 or book online at HoustonRelationshipTherapy.com. Schedule your appointment today and rediscover intimacy now at Houston Relationship Therapy.